The way I got into cars, just like any young person, just had a passion for just driving a fast car. We did a lot of, cruising and stuff for the local carnivals and a lot of street racing. Like on the weekends, we'd hang out at the taco stand and we'd meet up and drag race with the local competition. Hi, I'm Troy Sumitomo and I am the owner of 5 Axis. My first car was a 1980 Toyota Corolla. It had a 2TC motor in it, which is basically a pushrod motor. And then on the exterior of it, bought some, I don't even remember what it was, some fiberglass generic body kit and made it fit the car, the best I could. Looking back on it, it was a pretty bad job, but it basically started somewhere. Always been a hands-on person, love making things. So, my parents always tried to push me towards something creative, and for some reason architecture always came into play. My mom actually found out about this place called Art Center. It's a design school up in Pasadena. One weekend I cruised up there and went through the art gallery and saw all these little models of cars and stuff, and I fell in love. I said, you know what, I don't care, this is what I got to do. When I got out of school, I kind of focused on trying to be more of a hands-on kind of guy, but I didn't want to also just be, like I said, a modeler in a design studio. I wanted to do something more all-encompassing, where I could actually do some design and some model making. By starting at a small design firm, working as a designer and a fabricator, and which then led me to another company similar to this, where we were just focusing on concept cars, where I really got my feet into the whole concept car industry. My biggest focus at that job was to really was building interiors. We were doing a lot of work for Chrysler at the time. Chrysler's designers would specify what they wanted the interior to look like, and it was up to us to figure out how to make it actually come to life. People always ask me, how did I start 5 Axis? Our goal was really just to do small models, because we had no idea, where this was going to go. So we started out with this little 800 square foot facility, and the first job we actually had was not a tabletop job, it was a full-size race car. We eventually got that project done, and then we got a job from Honda R&D, which is their research and design studio over in Torrance, California, and it was to do some half-scale cars, so again, didn't really fit on a table. At that time, we realized, we have to get out of this 800 square foot building and step up to something larger. We still didn't have all the equipment that we needed, and the thing was, people always ask you, how'd you finance this deal? Did you have a huge investor and stuff? And it was all out of pocket. We had some money saved up. We invested it all always back into the company. One day Honda came to us and said, hey, we want you to do a full-size mock-up of a vehicle for us. So we built this full-size model, and it's called the GRX, and it's actually a really cool, very futuristic-looking two-door coupe. And of course, from there, the requests became larger and larger, and eventually into building full-size concept vehicles. As you can imagine, we're approached a lot by individuals, whether they're just enthusiasts or guys with a lot of money. We want perfection, and a lot of times that means, working 24 hours to get that done. With a corporate client, we know there's a deadline. It's due on a certain date for usually a major auto show. The danger I see with doing something for a private person would be that, I would almost embrace it like it was my own project, and I could just see spending months and months doing something where where there wasn't really a deadline, and just being so tied up into it. So there has to be some kind of balance, and I think right now for us the corporate business really is the focus. So everybody always wants to know, how do you come up with these ideas? Is it one guy in particular? Is it a bunch of people sitting around talking about it? All the programs are different. I have to say, some of them are very client-driven, where I consider those more designed by committee or micromanaged by the client. And then there's some that we just give them full free reign of the vehicles. We'll have a small group of what I consider my creative team, which are a couple of Art Center guys as well as myself, and then one of my managers. He's also very, he gives us a lot of input on what he thinks. And we sit around and we just talk about what the client's looking for. We brainstorm about it. Then we hand it over to the creative team who actually start to build and design it. And then we come back and we have reviews. And again, we don't leave it all up to the responsibility of just one person. We like to try to create as kind of a group effort. So the future of 5-axis, I mean, really, like I said, I think consumer products are really in what we're looking forward to doing, expanding our lines outside the Toyota market. You know, even within the Toyota market, really, it's about, you know, taking care of those guys who always supported us and making products that they can own and probably display the 5-axis name on there and say that they own a part of us. I think that's really what the future holds for us.